YTPC, Curmudgeon Piper, again. Knocking out some VRs this morning. This one is going out to the piping artist Steph for her 43rd birthday giveaway. Really enjoy your channel. Been catching up. Found you about probably 10 days ago. Great content. She had several questions. First one was, how's the world changed? Looking back on it, as I think back to my childhood and how things have changed between then and now, seems like there's a lot more fear these days than there was when I was a kid. I lived about a mile from the elementary school that I attended. Up until back then, it was kindergarten through 6th grade was considered to be elementary school. And I used to walk to school, walk home from school. I didn't walk to school. I walked home from school along railroad tracks. That's virtually unheard of these days. And I understand why. I gotta put this down, it's out. There's a lot of fear of what could happen. And that's good and that's bad. I think that it is true that there's a lot of evil in the world these days. I think there's a lot of good in the world these days, but you have to be far more aware of what goes on around you. So that's changed quite a bit. I have a 16-year-old, and honestly, he's a junior in high school, but I couldn't imagine him walking to school. Maybe this age, maybe 16, but we don't live close. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because he's homeschooled, so he can walk to school. He comes down the steps every morning. Your next question was your favorite quote and why, and there's several of those. The first one is scriptural. It's from the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 34. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. I grew up in a family of worriers. There was stress, uncertainty about a lot of things a lot of times, and so I have a tendency to worry. And so I tried to bring that quote up. Said it several times yesterday. Focus on today. Enjoy the time you've been given. My other favorite is a Mark Twain quote. It's easier to stay out than it is to get out. And I try to teach that to my kids. That is, no matter what it is, it's easier to stay out of a situation than it is to get out of a situation, especially if it's a bad situation. So those are two that I return to quite frequently. Favorite song? Oh, that's tough. I'm a big fan of Frank Sinatra. So quite frequently I listen to his song, That's Life. That's what all the people say. Riding high in April, shot down in May. Is it different from when I was younger? Yeah. When I was younger, I tend to listen. I'm an old soul, so I tend to listen to stuff that would predate what you would think I would listen to. So when I was in my teens, I was listening to a lot of stuff from the 70s. I grew up in the 80s. So I was listening to a lot of Eagles and Jackson Browne and James Taylor. So yeah, my musical tastes have changed. I still love that stuff, but a lot of Sinatra songs resonate with me now. I really enjoy that. Favorite book? The Bible. this kind of ties back into your first question about how things have changed. And I go back to spiritually. I wasn't a believer up until I was 38 years old. So that was 8 years ago. So I try to spend time in daily devotions. Not that I'm always successful, but I do try to. And so yeah, that's my favorite. Now I read a lot of fiction. Um, Reynolds Price is a a local author from here in North Carolina who grew up. He was much older than I, but he was from a county nearby where I grew up, and so he was pretty popular. He taught at Duke University. He passed away in 2011, but I have a large collection of his books. So, but the favorite is the Holy Bible. Turn to on a daily basis for encouragement. I think everyone needs to be encouraged. We need to encourage others. So, I answered your questions pretty quickly. Hope this meets your criteria. Again, I enjoy your channel. I believe today's the 8th. Tomorrow, I believe you said, is your birthday. So happy birthday. Hope it's enjoyable. Hope you guys have a blessed day and be well.